Attention, the Hantavirus might be back. Yesterday, May 10, 2026, a plague ship drifted for 40 days. The Red Dios finally docked, 3 dead, 6 nations tracking, creating a global sensation. Why finally? Before docking, this ship asked 5 ports for help. They were all rejected. The reason is simple, they feared another COVID, but if you think this is only a foreign issue, you are wrong. China is also a major epidemic area for this killer virus. Since 1950, officials report 1.65 million infections and over 48,000 deaths. The infection method is terrifyingly simple. Sweep the floor, inhale dust from mouse droppings, and you are infected. For the next 8 minutes, I will explain everything from start to finish. Today's story does not begin on a cruise ship. At the southern tip of Argentina lies Ushuaia, known as the end of the world. A stinky landfill sits by the city. Locals avoid it, but it is a holy grail for global bird watchers. You can spot the extremely rare white-throated caracara here. This bird was personally recorded by Darwin. Imagine photographers rushing to a smelly ditch to film a dragonfly painted by Da Vinci. On March 27, 2026, a Dutch couple visited this landfill. The 70-year-old husband Leo was a famous Dutch ornithologist. His 69-year-old wife Mergen chased birds with him for a lifetime. Little did they know, tiny long-tailed pygmy rice rats lived in the trash beneath their feet. The urine and feces of these rats carry Hantavirus, the deadliest hantavirus. Nobody knows if they spotted the bird. 4 days later, on April 1st, they boarded the Red Dios cruise ship. 5 days later, the husband developed a fever. In 10 days, he died in his cabin. After 23 days, the wife took his body off the ship at St. Helena, where Napoleon was exiled. She planned to fly to Holland. She collapsed during a layover in Johannesburg, South Africa, and never woke up. A couple who chased birds their whole lives were led to their graves by 1 or 2 people die, but the real disaster had just begun. When they die, no one knew the cause. The ship's doctor thought it was a regular respiratory infection and took no samples. Meanwhile, the virus had quietly boarded the ship. The Red Dios carried 147 people from 23 countries. Tickets cost between 110,000 and 170,000 RMB. Passengers were retired elites, museologists, and birding fanatics. On May 2nd, a 3rd person died on board. That day, a South African lab confirmed the infection. It was the Hantavirus, with a deadly 38% mortality rate. 1 in 3 infected could die. The WHO immediately launched an emergency response that day. Then, horror struck. The ship was locked out by the entire world. Cape Verde and the Canary Islands refused entry. An island president publicly declared, "I will not allow this ship to enter." Why? Because these islanders survived COVID and refused a repeat. 5 ports rejected them entirely. Imagine an ambulance with 3 infectious patients arriving at a hospital, only to find all doors bolted shut. The ship still carried a corpse that had been dead for over a month. Finally, the Spanish central government forced a decision. After drifting for 40 days, the ship docked in Tenerife on May 10th. 147 passengers in full hazmat suits were evacuated by small boats. They were sent onto chartered flights in a closed loop. Britons were sent to the exact hospital that received Wuhan evacuees during early COVID in 2020. History is repeating itself in the exact same way. What is the origin of this hantavirus? It is not a single virus, but a massive viral family. Globally, 173 animals have been found carrying it, including 106 species of rats. It was named after the Hantan River in the Korean Peninsula. During the 1950 Korean War, over 3,000 UN soldiers suddenly fell ill. They suffered high fevers, bleeding, and kidney failure, leading to mass deaths. At the time, it was a mystery. In 1976, South Korean scientist Ho Won-lee isolated the virus from the lungs of striped field mice near the Hantan River. Humanity finally named this phantom killer. It was like a serial killer murdering thousands before police finally found a fingerprint. The hantavirus kills ruthlessly. Unlike COVID, it attacks your blood vessels directly. The inner lining of human blood vessels is a thin layer of cells separating blood from body tissues. The virus makes this wall leak, causing plasma to pour out of your vessels. Your lungs fill with fluid, and you drown in your own blood. The mortality rate is extremely high. The Andes virus in South America has a 30 to 50% death rate. It was 33% during the Korean War, and 14.2% during China's worst outbreak in 1986. The most desperate part is that there is still no specific cure today. Doctors can only give you for fluids, a ventilator, or dialysis, hoping you survive. Here is the most shocking fact I have not told you yet. You may have never heard of the hantavirus, but you have likely heard of epidemic hemorrhagic fever. Yes, the same fever older generations in northeastern China talk about. It is the exact same hantavirus. Look at these terrifying statistics. From 1950 to 2020, China reported 1.65 million cases. Over 40,000 people died. At its peak in 1986, 115,000 fell ill in a single year. China accounts for over 80% of global hantavirus cases every year. You might be wondering why. The reason is simple. Its two main hosts, the striped field mouse and the brown rat, are widespread in China. Field mice live in fields, while brown rats live in city sewers, attics, and storage rooms. It means 80% of the country could be a virus delivery station. How does it infect humans? This is terrifying. You do not need to be bitten or touch a dead rat, you just need to take a breath. Dried rat urine and feces turn into invisible particles. When you sweep or clean an old house, particles float up in the dust. You inhale them straight into your lungs. The incubation period is 7 to 14 days, up to 6 weeks. At first, it feels like a common cold. Many try to endure it, then come 3 pains and 3 rednesses: headache, back pain, and eye pain. Red face, red neck, and red chest. By then, it is often too late. Back to the cruise ship, that traveler missed boarding by 24 hours, dodging a deadly fate. And every single day, all of us ordinary people are brushing past these invisible threats.